Look there at spectacular SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Today, a good matchup here in the AFC. It's the Miami Dolphins and the LA Chargers.
Los Angeles Chargers.
Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen on hand as Cameron Dicker is set to kick things off. Off we go here in Inglewood. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Miami offense will make their way onto the field. They're led by the former Longhorn. At quarterback, it's Quinn Ewers.
There's a lot to like about this young quarterback, and of course, we're going to have to wait and see. Can he take advantage of this opportunity in front of him, Mike? But he has not been shy. He says, I know I can play at this level. I know that I can lead an NFL franchise, and we're going to get a shot to see it here. And
throwing right away. Either way, they're coming after him, and they get him. A sack on the opening snap of the game. Derwin James, the multiple times All-Pro, getting in there for the sack.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll bring Waller in motion here. Throwing now, Ewers. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Complete to number 83, Darren Waller. A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
A tough spot here. 3rd and long. Throwing from the gun is Ewers. He gets it to the rangy tight end, Waller. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's a gain of 25
They get 25
yards.
on that connection. Good for a Dolphins first down.
It's a really important conversion right there, Mike, because you just don't want to go 3 and out on the road, especially on your opening possession of the game. You want to let your offense get some rhythm, establish and unfold some of the game plan you've set up coming in. They're going to have a fresh set of downs here and now say, okay, can we turn this good start of the drive and finish the drive with some points? I had a rule, Mike, when I was playing that if the ball hit either of my hands, it was a drop. Make the easy ones. You get paid in the NFL to make them all, and I think that's a catch he's got to come down with.
They'll throw again with Ewers. He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. It's a big play there for Miami. 39 yards.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
Here's Achane. And he will get into the end zone. Come on, Achane. Touchdown, Dolphins. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
Jason Sanders on for the point after. His kick is good. And the Dolphins will take a 7-0 lead.
Dolphins 7, Chargers nothing.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. This is Hassan Haskins to return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. So here come the Chargers, the offense getting set to come out, led by their quarterback, the 6th overall pick in the 2020 draft. It's Justin Herbert.
His skill set can be determined by the letter A. Arm talent, accurate, athletic, and he's got a kind of aura about him. There's something special that they know when he's under center, we have a shot. First-round pick. He's got everything you want for the quarterback position. He needs to take that next step from being a legitimate bona fide.
His first throw of the game is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Rasul Douglas.
Automatic first down.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. On the ground, here's the first-round pick from April's draft. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
The size, the speed, and the strength of this defensive tackle was on full display, Mike. He defeats the block, strikes the ball carrier at the line of scrimmage. He's able to bring him down, keep it to no gain.
He'll try again here, 2nd and 10. On play action now, Herbert. Short pass taken in by the tight end. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
This one just too far for the receiver out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. Ladd McConkey, the one he was looking for.
Fitzpatrick on the coverage.
And that'll set up 4th down. On 4th down, out is J.K. Scott to punt for the Chargers. Malik Washington deep for Miami. That one hits at the 3, but goes in the wrong direction for the punter. It turns out to be a touchback. The Dolphins offense ready now for their 2nd drive. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. On the ground to start the drive, it's Achane. Oh, he's hit behind the line, and the ball is out. And he is going to bring this one back. They force the fumble, and it leads to a defensive score. And Greg, you talked about it all week. Not just stop them with the defense, but make impact plays, and that is as big a play as you can ask for.
Yeah, across the league, Mike, this continues to be a huge point of emphasis. Every defensive coach starts practice with takeaway circuits. How can we find ways to take the ball away? In this case, they force the fumble, scoop, score, 6 points.
Cameron Dicker, the kicker for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Chargers will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. Here comes D. Eskridge on the run. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Devon Achane ready to take the field with the rest of his Miami offensive teammates. Hey, total opposite so far in these first 2 possessions. Scoring the touchdown in their opening. They gave it right back a moment ago when the fumble was returned for 6 the other way. They'll start on the ground. It's Achane. Lots of space. Past the 45. 20. 15. And he will score. Devon Achane. Touchdown, Dolphins. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Well, that's a way to start a drive. He takes it all the way to the house. I don't know what they were talking about on the last series, but they've come out on this series, Greg, with the right answer for the touchdown.
And, Mike, the reason a lot of teams start off drives with the run play is to allow themselves to operate ahead of the chains. Well, not this guy. He found the alley, he took it, and he's off to the races for 6.
Now Sanders on for the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Dolphins will move out to a 14-7 lead.
Chargers 7.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Here's Darius Davis to return it. Now an opening past the 30. And they will finally track him down, but not before he takes this to the other side of midfield.
The Chargers take over.
So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. They've got great starting position with a short field as they try to get back in this one. It is 1st and 10. On the kid, here's Hampton. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
At the 43-yard line, a gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 9. Moving the tight end right. On play action, now Herbert. That one out in front of his big target. They cannot connect, and it falls incomplete. Will Dissly, the intended target that time. And it'll be 3rd down. Shotgun now for Herbert. And that is incomplete.
Intended for Will Dissly.
And on that 3rd down, they thought an easy way to pick it up and get some positive yards would go to their quick game, but it didn't seem like the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page, and now brings up 4th down.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And this is going to work out for him. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. Devon Achane ready to take the field with the rest of his Miami offensive teammates. And he has been sensational in this opening quarter. You have to imagine we're going to see much more of him as this game goes on. On 1st and 10, it's Achane. And a good run there to get him 5 yards.
The tackle by Derwin James. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 12-yard line.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. On play action, here's Ewers. He takes off.
Quinn Ewers on the scramble. Taken down at the 19-yard line.
Well, Mike, this is not somebody that you're usually afraid of beating you with his legs, but every now and then he can do just enough to extend the play. That's exactly what he did here. Picks up enough yardage, converts the first down.
Ewers now, he'll throw on first down. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Darren Waller.
Brings up 2nd and
It's 2nd down.
Dropping a catchable ball is one of the worst feelings. It feels like the entire stadium is laughing at you, and all I know is, firsthand, you just want to get another opportunity to put that one behind you.
Now, this looks like a design run.
Ewers on the keeper. He was brought down by Justin Aboyte. It's a gain, and it's 3rd down.
They need to get to the 29 here, facing 3rd down. They'll bring Waller in motion here. On 3rd down, it's Ewers. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So I really like the decision, Mike. This is a rookie quarterback making more veteran decisions, and I think in his growth process this early on in his career, those are really good signs, because how often do we see these rookies still think they're back in college, they're the best player on the field, and they can make every throw, even if it's not there. You're not going to get away with that consistently in the NFL. Throw it away. Really nice job here by the young quarterback.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Chargers offense ready to get back at it. They've had it twice and they've punted twice, still seeking that first down of the game as they begin this 3rd drive. They'll start on the ground with Hampton. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
Now Herbert. They'll set up the screen to Hampton. That one way too slow in developing. They rally to the ball, they get the man, and it's no gain.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd and 12.
It is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Herbert. Now, finally, he'll just flip it forward. It's a pickup of 13 yards. First down, L.A.
15 yards on the play. And the Chargers, first down.
This is the age-old dilemma that defensive coordinators go back and forth on. Is the best pass defense to send more big bodies at the quarterback and get the ball out of his hand? Or is it to really pack your back end, Mike, with more defensive backs and more guys that can guard space? In this case, they got a lot of defensive backs on the field. Quarterback has a lot of time to find the open zone and leads to a big play. This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. To the right side and hauled in by McConkey.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion, These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Herbert going to try to throw on third down. And that is incomplete.
Intended for Quentin Johnston.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
On comes the punter now, as he's on to punt for the Chargers. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They'll do so with 1st and 10. This is H.N. And a nice run there. He'll get 8 to the 28-yard line.
Brought down at the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Here's 2nd and 2. Off the play fake, Ewers. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Justin Eboigbe getting in to drop him. It's a loss of 6, and it's 3rd down.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that 2nd down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3 and out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. Sending it deep for Waddle. That is caught. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
49-yard gain on the play.
It's a big play there for Miami. It's a gain of 49.
This guy has just such a knack for getting open, Mike, and whenever they're looking for that big play, he's usually one of the guys at the top of the progression, and it's pretty easy to see why.
On the carry, it's H.N. They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple. Tuli below 2. There for the tackle.
It's 2nd and 8.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to run. And that's the man from OK State, Ollie Gordon. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Here's 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, here's Ewers. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force 4th down.
It's 4th down.
He's just unable to secure the catch through the contact, and really nice job timing that hit up by the defense. And at this point, all you can do is get up, get back in the huddle, and hope your quarterback gives you another shot.
Sanders' kick.
The kick
is good. And the Dolphins build their cushion to 10. It's now 17 to 7.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Jason Sanders.
So Sanders back out after making the field goal. He sends this one away. Haskins now to return. He'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The Chargers offense headed back to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. This drive will begin with a run with Hampton. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
Play action now. It's Herbert. And that will wind up incomplete. Triple zeros on the clock. The first quarter has come to an end. So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. It's the Dolphins with the early lead. And we're back at SoFi in SoCal after this. It's the Chargers with the football to begin this second quarter as they face a difficult 3rd and 12. They send the tight end in motion. Throwing is Herbert on 3rd down. He's got the open man. That's McConkey. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and it's good enough for a first down.
Yards. And the Chargers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
You just can't ask for better protection than that, especially on 3rd down. Clean pocket, tons of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. And at this level, if you give quarterbacks that amount of time, chances are they're going to find somebody downfield.
Hampton trying to work inside. Not much there, maybe a yard.
Chuck Robinson on the tackle. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the...
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. Now, Herbert. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
3rd down, and
he just stays on his primary read just a little bit too long. I think if he gets that ball to his check down a little bit quicker, not only is the ball completed, but I think there's some room to run. So, again, certain quarterbacks are better than others. The ability to process and eliminate targets quickly to move on to the next, that's a skill that really just comes from experience.
He was looking for Keenan Allen on that one. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
Now fair catch is made, and it's just inside the 15-yard line.
1st and 10.
The Dolphins offense ready for this next possession. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Run here with A-Chain. Not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped. for no gain.
Once again, it's A-Chain. And no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line.
Back at the 12-yard line.
Now, there hasn't been a whole lot for this crowd to be excited about on either side of the ball, but at least now the defense is trying to be that spark. Nice tackle for loss there. Can they do something to build upon to try to get this team going?
3rd and long for Ewers. Whoa! He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
It's now
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. The Chargers offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Herbert makes the read, decides to hang on. Now we're going to get a stoppage. We have an injured Charger. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. Herbert to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
The drag route, we used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
They'll go with the sneak, and they'll keep the drive moving. He's got the 1st down up to the 45.
It's a gain of 2. And the Chargers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
1st and 10. To throw, it's Herbert. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 50-yard line.
Slam!
A run. This is Hampton. Not much there. A yard or 2 down to the 48. Play is made on defense by Jordan Brooks.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Here's Herbert. Open man, right side. He's got it. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down. Now after the play, he'll stop it. We have an injured Dolphin. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. On 1st down, it's Hampton. And to about the 37. It was Rasul Douglas that time to end the play.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 37-yard line.
They face 2nd down and 7. Now it's Herbert. On the out, connected with Allen. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
A gain of 15
They get 15 on that game. It's good for a Charger first down.
1st and 10.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points. How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
Throwing, Herbert. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete.
Protecting the ball anytime you throw the ball in the middle of the field is obviously critical, right? That's where tip passes, that's where all sorts of stuff happens when you put the ball in harm's way. But you also have to protect your receivers. There's a bit of a trust back and forth where the receiver's saying, hey, I'm willing to go across the middle and compete for the ball. But now you're my eye. You have to protect me and make sure that the location of the ball doesn't run me into a big hit.
That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
Good blocking, and he's in. Omarion Hampton. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score, and Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Kicker now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Chargers are back to within a field goal. It's 17-14.
Chargers 14.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. On the return, Malik Washington. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Dolphins offense getting set to get back to work. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. On the ground, here is H.N. And not much there. Good held Shinobi.
Olsen on the tackle. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 25-yard line.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 9. Throwing from the gun is Ewers. He'll step up and run this. And a nice run, close to the 1st down, protecting himself, sliding at the end.
it's third
And this is
down.
one of the cases, Mike, where defenders, they get their eyes in the wrong spot. They call it eye discipline. He catches them looking elsewhere. It allows him to get upfield and make this third down a lot more manageable.
They'll bring Waller in motion here. Ewers now on 3rd and 2. He'll try to run for it. And the rookie gives himself up there at the end. That's a sign of a guy who's learned it quick, picking up the first down.
This is exactly how it's supposed to look on third down. His eyes are downfield, nothing materializes. He quickly decides he can do it himself, picks up the first down, and then to protect himself with the slide, well done.
A play fake, and now it's Ewers. That's caught on the right side. Bob's one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
And the Dolphins
13 yards on that pass play. First down, Miami.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a first down.
This offensive line continues to be very physical at the point of attack. They've been able to give their backs plenty of room to run. And that's why they've already eclipsed the century mark here in the opening half.
Open man, Malik Washington. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. It's a gain of 26, and it'll set up first and goal.
You know, Mike, these crossing routes, you just see them being used more and more often. And really, it's because it's good against any defense. And what it does is it creates separation. It allows some of your best players to catch the ball on the move. And that short throw.
Ball's out. And this is recovered by the Chargers. Boy, that one hurts, Greg. They had a really nice drive going and moved it halfway down the field, but then fumbled down here in the red zone. And the defense comes up with a turnover.
Anytime you put together a drive of this length, Mike, you just want to come away with points. Of course, a touchdown is the main goal, but in this case, to turn the ball over this deep in the red zone is just a brutal turn of events for this offense.
And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a replay. So they might be taking a look at this one. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. They are very fortunate to get another shot at it. It is second down and goal. Under pressure, and now he's going to go down back at the 8-yard line.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the third sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Chargers will use the first of their timeouts. Talk things over before third down. From From the shotgun, it's Ewers. Taking off, and he will get into the end zone. Quinn Ewers. Touchdown, Miami. That is a heartbreaker for the defense. They took away what he wanted to do in the air, Greg, but that scrambling ability gets him to the end zone for the touchdown.
And the reason he was able to take advantage with his legs here, Mike, is he made a fast decision realizing there was nowhere to go with the ball. The amount of guys the defense had in coverage took those passes away. He tucked the ball down, took advantage of the space, and he was able to take it all the way.
Sanders here for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Dolphins go up by 10. 24-14 is their lead.
14.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line.
36-yard line.
The Chargers offense and Omarion Hampton getting set for their next possession. The deficit is 10, 24-14. So work to do as they come up for 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Herbert. This one finds McConkey. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down.
Chargers.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
Herbert now on 1st down. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
Rasul Douglas there to break that one up.
Really nice play there by the defender, Mike, and not only to force the incomplete, but it's the timing. Understanding if he gets there too early, you bring in PI. You get there too late, it leads to a completion. That time he times it just right and knocks the ball away.
Throwing is Herbert on 3rd down. Good hustle by the defense. They beat the offensive lineman to the blocks there. No gain on that screen pass. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this second quarter. Here's their punter now. He's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And not the greatest of results here. This is continued out of bounds. Devon Achane ready to take the field with the rest of his Miami offensive teammates. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Here's Ewers. Over the middle, it's taken in by Waddle. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Now Miami going to use the second of their timeouts.
It's second
And the
down.
stoppage comes with 23 seconds left on the first half clock. Man in motion here is Washington. On play action, here's Ewers. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds. The Dolphins going to use their final timeout here as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in the opening half. Here now, 3rd and 5. They motion a receiver right. 3rd and short, it's Ewers. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Really nice coverage here on 3rd down. They took away all of the outlets the quarterback had. Really left them with no opportunity other than to just throw that ball away. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Here's Jake Bailey now as he's on to punt for Miami. That one hit inside the 10, but it bounces forward into the end zone. Bring it back out to the 20-yard line. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the 3rd quarter as we're ready to kick off the 2nd half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. Welcome back, everyone, for quarter number 3. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. Here's Hampton. And he'll take this up to the 30. Pick up the 5.
The ball carrier. Tyrell Dodson on the tackle. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
2nd and 5. They'll go again with Hampton. The yard line. It's a gain of 10 yards, and the Chargers have the 1st down.
The Chargers first
Finding
down.
yourself down here, multiple scores in the
10
second
at the
half.
40-yard
The
line.
defense is going to give you some friendly run looks, so don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
On 1st down, right back to Hampton. And he ran right through one tackle, fighting forward. Good gain on the ground of about 7.
At his 48-yard line.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. A gain of 16 on that pass play. First down,
and the
LA.
Chargers, first down. First and 10
I love this call, Mike.
line.
Defense is thinking run here. It's second and short, so they go with play action. Leads to an easy first down. Really well done.
Ball rests at the 37. It's first and 10. On the handoff, Hampton heading right. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
At the 36-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's second down. Pistol here for Herbert. This one batted away. Good coverage there. It's incomplete.
Incomplete.
Solid rep there for this corner, Mike. I mean, to stay disciplined with his technique throughout the entire play. So often we see when the ball's put in the air, the defender can panic and they either get a pass interference or they misplay the ball. This time he times it perfectly and forces the incompletion.
Out of the gun, here's Herbert. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. Quentin Johnston, the man he was looking for on that one.
Fourth down.
And it's going to lead to fourth down.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays. But I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark. So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
So Dicker back out after the field goal. He'll send this one away. Here's Eskridge now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They'll start out first down and 10. In motion, it's Waddle. Off the play fake, Ewer. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2 at the 36-yard line.
Receiver in motion. Going right. Here's a give to Achane. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards.
He's tackled at the
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass. You can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. And oh, they smack him down there. Big hit right at the line. No gain.
Loss of a yard.
Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get vertical.
It's a pickup of 12. Good for a Dolphins first down.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Chargers' 41-yard line.
From the 41, here's 2nd and a couple. A run up the middle with Achan. And he's going to pick it up and take it down inside the 35 for the first down.
He's brought down at the 31.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
They go play action with Ewers. Headed left, buying time. They get 21 on that one. First down, Miami.
21 yards. And the Dolphin first down.
There was a lot of questions surrounding this quarterback about whether his style of play from college would transfer to the NFL game. Well, his ability to create with his legs certainly has here today. We see it with his ability to escape pressure out of the pocket, and he's able to pick up the first down.
Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd and 10.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
Trying to get away, but he will not. They finally run him down. Khalil Mack gets him for a loss of 4. And that'll set up third down.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Ewers. Flushed to, and he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
Jason Sanders on to try the field goal. This from 34 yards. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Dolphins will extend their lead.
17.
So Sanders back out after making the field goal. He sends this one away. Haskins now to return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. They'll start on the ground with Hampton. And he'll bring this to about the 25. It was Tyrell Dodson that time on the tackle.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 25-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Herbert. And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Falls incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Mike, with this guy's speed, he's not an easy target to overthrow. So that's one of those where they're telling this quarterback, throw it with everything you got. Just lay it out there. And more times than not, he's going to run under it. But in this case, just a little bit too much on it. He winds up overshooting his man.
Throwing is Herbert on 3rd down. He gets this one complete to Johnston. A 19-yard pickup there. It's good for a Charger first down.
Once he saw the defense, he knew that outbreaking route was going to be there. All he had to do was wait for his guy to get to the spot and drop the ball right in the bucket near the sideline.
On play action, it's Herbert. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
Incomplete. Minka Fitzpatrick on the coverage.
Second and 10. Tight end going in motion here. Herbert to the air again. Quick throw, slant, caught by Johnston. And he'll be marked out at the 45-yard line.
A gain of 10 yards.
That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They have a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 42-yard line.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 7. Herbert. That is left side and taken in by Allen. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
It's a gain of 18.
18 yards on the pickup there. And the Chargers have the first down.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
Now they are in business. Inside the 15-yard line. Give them 10 more on that one. Just enough for another first down. They'll go with Hampton. The hold closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
He was brought down at the 10-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And he let him a bit too much. That pass is incomplete.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide-angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
He's got it at the 3, and he's going to have the first down. They convert on 3rd, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and 3rd down conversions. Now after that last 3rd down pickup, it's 1st and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
Motion man is Johnston. Throwing, Herbert, and he'll take it on in. Whitney Johnston. Touchdown, L.A. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Point after now from Dicker.
Extra point.
He's got it. Chargers are back within a field goal. The lead is 3.
Dolphins 27, Chargers 24.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Washington now to return it. He'll get across the 20, mark him down to the 23-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Play action now. Ewers. He'll step up and run. So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. From the 31, here is 2nd and 3. On the ground, here's Gordon to start the 4th. And that'll give him a first down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
And the offensive line does a really nice job winning this play at the point of attack. And once he got the ball, all he had to really do was just find a crease and hit it, and he's able to pick up the first down.
From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. In motion, it's Waddle. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
If you look at the best quarterbacks in the league, Mike, it's their ability to throw the ball outside the pocket, on the run, off platform, and still have the accuracy that they would have, say they were in the pocket with their feet set. So much of the NFL game has become these second-level throws on the move, and this time they just can't quite connect, but he's got an open man downfield. He'll hit him the next time.
That's interference. Defense. Automatic first down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Off the bootleg, it's Ewers. He's not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 46-yard line.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 8. Man in motion here is Washington. And they're going to get to him and take him down, take him back to the other side of midfield. Khalil Mack gets him for a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down.
This guy's like a man amongst boys right now out here, Mike, and you just don't see these sort of dominant performances on the NFL level very often. I mean, whether they got to double team him or keep sliding the protection to him, I don't care what they got to do. Someone has to block this guy because he's completely destroying the entire game.
3rd and long for Ewers. He's going to take a shot down the field. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line.
38 yards on
What
the play.
a letdown for the
First down,
defense. They
Dolphins.
allow a conversion on 3rd and 16.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
On 1st and 10, Ewers. And it's complete. It's Waddle. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A gain of 4.
This is one of those
It's now
throws where you're
2nd
hoping
and
you do
6
most of the damage
at the Chargers'
after the catch,
11-yard
but give
line.
credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Here's 2nd and 6. They'll run this one straight ahead with A-Chain. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Khalil Mack.
You know at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
He pulls it in around the 5. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal.
At the 3-yard line.
And at this stage of the game, every 1st down gets them one step closer to being able to finish this one out. This defense has to find a way to get off the field. They have to get the ball back to their offense to give them a chance.
Achane. Try to push forward, but only a yard. Down to the 2.
Colson on the tackle. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
Come a little closer. Here's 2nd and goal. One more time, it's Achane. And no signal as of yet. And none forthcoming. He is stopped short. And now it's 3rd and goal.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
They'll try to sneak it here. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down.
How about this for a goal line stand, Mike? Your back's against the wall, back-to-back plays, you hold tight. They set themselves up here to defend a 4th and goal try.
This has been quite the drive. 3 points would kind of feel like a letdown, so they're going to go for it here on 4th and goal. That is incomplete. The defense coming up big in the red zone. It's a turnover on down. The Chargers offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. This drive will begin with a run with Hampton. And he shows off those strong legs running through one tackle. Give him a gain of 8.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Shotgun now for Herbert. Short throw taken in by Disley. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a first down.
Chargers, first
Nothing
down.
a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down
12-yard line.
without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
A run. This is Hampton. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be second down.
Patrick on the tackle. It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2 at the 20-yard line.
Herbert makes the read, decides to hang on. And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he
A
slots.
gain of a yard. Brings up
You know, Mike,
third
early in
and
my
1.
time in Carolina, we were kind of on the forefront of this NFL zone read revolution. Cam Newton, one of the best to ever do it. I have seen up close and personal, when you run the zone read the right way, it is a nightmare for a defense to defend.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down. Able to
It's a
get
gain of 2.
the third down conversion.
The Chargers, first down. First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
They'll run it for the first time with Najee Harris. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. A pickup there of 19 yards. First
That's
down,
another
L.A.
Chargers, first down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for. I feel like their quarterback, for the most part, has looked pretty solid. I mean, it's everybody else that seems to have let him down with the drop balls and the mistakes. That's really what's killing these drives.
We'll try again. It's second and 10. Herbert to throw. He tried to fit in the slant, and it was intercepted. And the Dolphins will have great field position right around midfield.
And on a possession where the offense really had their way on the ground, they got to kind of go back to the drawing board and say, is it worth putting the ball in the air? Yes, we want to generate points. We want to push the ball downfield, but none of that matters if you're going to keep turning the ball over.
Devon Achane ready to take the field with the rest of his Miami offensive teammates. They'll begin just shy of midfield with a first and 10. A play fake, and now it's Ewers. That one out wide to Achane. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
A gain of 16.
It's a gain of 16, and very quickly a first down.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
A
Pickup of 14 on that one. Good for a Dolphins first down.
4-minute offense, Mike, so what does it mean? 1, make the defense use all of their remaining timeouts. 2, continue to pick up first downs, milk the clock. And then 3, if possible, finish with the ball in your hands.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7.
They face second down and 7. Throwing from the gun is Ewers. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away. And now the defense is going to take their first time out. Remember, they get an extra one built in with a 2-minute warning coming up momentarily.
Third and long.
This crowd into it now as we get to third down. From the shotgun, it's Ewers. And on third down, that ball is incomplete.
Yeah, so this just really comes down to really good defense. You can tell the quarterback's trying to target something downfield, and when they take that away, typically there's something underneath, but they had all levels of the coverage accounted for, and that was a really nice job.
A 38-yard attempt.
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. So it is still a one-score game, but a little more breathing room now. So Sanders back out after making the field goal. He sends this one away. Haskins now to return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense ready to get back at it. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Now, Herbert. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
They come up for 2nd and 2. Putting the tight end in motion. They'll drop to throw. Catch made there by Allen. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
A gain of 17 yards.
They pick up 17 through the air. It's good for a Charger first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
And now we're at the point of the game, Mike, where someone has to step up and make a play. It's exactly what this quarterback and his receiver did. It gives them now a fresh set of downs and a chance to go down and make this game very interesting.
A modest game.
He was taken
maybe
down
2 yards.
50-yard line.
It's 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Out of the gun, here's Herbert. Right side, hauled in by McConkey. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
And the Chargers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Here's first down. There, down he goes.
Justin Herbert.
Certainly hasn't been their best game in terms of rushing the passer, but you find yourself with a lead here in the 4th quarter. No better time for that pass rush to come alive and see if they can close this game out.
Now on 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Herbert. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
Rough sequence over these last couple plays. First down sack, 2nd down big play attempt, falls incomplete. And now to make matters worse, you got to operate in 3rd and long on a defense that knows they can just pin their ears back and try to get after the quarterback.
On 3rd and long, it's Herbert. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth
Sets
down.
up fourth down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. This is caught. He's got a long way to go. And this is not going to do it. The defense comes through here in the final minute, and it may just be enough to get them a victory.
Finding yourself down to your final timeout, this is the moment. This is the drive that you have to find a way to extend if you're going to claw yourself back into this game. But the defense comes up with a huge stop, and that will all but end this game.
Only one timeout remaining for the defense as they take a knee. So a win here for the Dolphins. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.